My Sharesy. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Latchkey Life.
Welcome. Welcome to today.
Did you just wake up?
I did not. So this is part of my Sharesy. So I have friends. They're sorry, something just flew in my face. Very close friends. And she's a teacher and he works from home office. So every summer they go to their Hawaii house, which they Airbnb on the Big Island. So I move into their house to watch their 4 dogs, 2 pugs, a poodle, and a chihuahua. It's not like it's hard work, but I think one of the pugs thinks it's a rooster because at 5:15 every morning in the garage, they sleep in the garage. So I am literally exhausted. I'm not functioning very well today. So bear with me. So that's my Sharesy. I have a dog that thinks it's a rooster that barks at 5:15 for no reason.
Is that what time they normally get up? And that's what time he eats?
I don't think so. I don't think he gets up quite that early. It's just any noise, right? Like if it happens to be like there's a squirrel or a bird or something that walks by or flies by, she just, I don't know.
Or it could be a neighbor that gets up
I
that time, or
could be one of the
could
neighbors
be a
walks his,
leaf.
could be a leaf. One of the neighbors does walk his dog at like, but he's like, I'm never out until like 6. He goes at the earliest 5:45. 5:45 I think I can do, but boy, when it's 5:15, that half hour is a big difference. So I'm a little tired today.
That's
That's my
early. I've been
Sharesy.
on vacation for like a week now, and now I got to get up and go to work tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock. And I
4:30.
don't know. I don't know how I'm going to feel.
You're gonna
I
be
mean,
rough.
I,
It's
I
gonna be
still
rough.
wake up early, but to have to get up and get moving that early, oh, it's going to be rough.
It's gonna be
Gonna
rough.
be a rough one. All right. Well, my Caresy is okay. Is it me? Is it me? Or are they just making things harder to open now?
Ooh.
Like I can barely open like a bottle of water without significant effort. I mean, I gotta I do admit my hands are kind of old and my grip is not as good as it used to be. But like even it used to be nothing. Like a bag of chips would open like it was paper. And now it's like, what the hell happened? Are they just sealing things better so they don't open in transit and that makes it harder to open? Or am I just freaking old and I can't open shit anymore?
I think both can be true at the same time. Um, I, I'm trying to
That's
think of
not
yeah.
me.
So sometimes you'll open a bag of chips and like it opens real easy, and like I always want to be careful because I don't want to do that and then have them go flying everywhere. And then some is just it's not happening. And like I guess my measure is like you hand it to my son, and like if he struggles just a little bit because he's got way more strength than I do, then I know then it's more than just me. But then there's also one of the sciencey podcasts I listen to says a measure that you can use to see if you'll have the strength to like open a jar in your old age is to farmer carry half your body weight, a 30 or 3/4, I don't know, a lot of weight, farmer
A
carry
lot of
it,
weight.
a lot of weight for a minute. And so we have at the office, we have the 5-gallon water bottles. So I sometimes will pick them up and farmer carry them like up and down the hall real quick just to see if I can still pick them up because I feel like 2 of those is probably a pretty good range. They're probably 45 pounds each. So you start farmer carrying stuff around the neighborhood, and then you'll make sure that you know you actually have the grip strength for it and that it's the bag and not you, to make a very long
Mm,
story longer.
okay. Well, I'll have to try that. But I mean, jars, forget it. Jars, when you have to, once you pop the air into it, it's
It's
fine.
easy. Yeah.
And, since I broke my wrist, I have a hard time with that where you have to hold and then twist. That
Yeah.
has always been harder for me because I don't have that strength in my wrist to really, do that hold, grip, twist motion. So, but I'll have to try the farmer carry and see if that.
Yeah. I have where I broke it wasn't my wrist, it was I fractured three places like here.
In your
So
hand.
trying to so I turn with this hand because it's my left hand, but when I rack a bullet in my gun, that or when I have to take it apart to clean it, it's a little bit harder now. So I was maybe gonna get a new gun. America.
When I rack my gun. Oh, they'll love you here.
Flex.
I can't. You're killing me.
I'm so punchy. It's not even funny. It's so tired. Oh,
So I have one more before we start on
okay.
our topic. So I just discovered, and I probably am late to this party. I usually am, but there's a Instagram page. It's called Potty Mouth Chicks,
Oh,
and Chicks is spelled with an X. So Potty Mouth Chix. It's these two women. They're our age, and they work in like a dental office. So they're always in scrubs. They're always usually at work. Sometimes they make videos outside of work, but they just they're always talking about food. What are we having for lunch? They've always
yeah.
got food like on their scrubs, and they're just hilarious. They're just two friends that work at this office together, and they'll like prank each other and just do funny things. And like the phones will be ringing. They're like, we're busy. We're discussing what we're having for lunch.
Yes.
So they're
It's a
pretty
common
funny.
topic.
Yeah. But I just discovered them, and they just laughing like that just reminded me of them because they just laugh like that. And I think, you know what? This is how fun at work should be, you know?
Yes, I
And
agree.
they do it very well. And I don't know if they get any work done, but who cares? They're funny. All right. So today's topic is girls' trips. That's why I'm wearing the jaunty hat,
The jaunty hat.
and I'm wearing a dress, not quite a sundress, but um, we just took a girls' trip.
We
And that's
did.
one thing I noticed is, yes, the sundresses are in style for summer, but groups of young girls and their perfect skin and their skinny bodies wearing these lovely sundresses and jaunty hats. And apparently that's the uniform for a girls' trip now, especially if you're going somewhere where it's warm.
Yeah, so I took a few minutes and just thought what are some of the reasons, and then like kind of went into this spiral about like thinking about, okay, like how do they start, like who decided, right? So then I thought like, okay, if you think like slumber parties, that probably was like a kind of like the prelude to it. And then if anyone went to like summer camps or sports camps or whatever, then that was another. And then you do it for milestone birthdays or bachelorette parties or you know, probably there's some divorce ones or some other random things. But I was like, wow, like we start this collection of like our tribe and spending time together and doing fun things, and it's, starts young. You gotta build your tribe early and go do epic shit.
This is true. And yeah, I did do 8 minutes of research,
In
you
45
know,
seconds.
and I have to mention the movie Girls Trip from 2017 with Tiffany Haddish, Regina Hall,
Oh yeah.
Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett
Was
Smith. Freaking
funny.
hilarious. That was funny.
Flossie
They were in New
posse.
Orleans. And New Orleans, I mean, if you want to just get a little crazy, that's a crazy town. It's like Vegas on steroids.
It's a different
So
It's different vibe than Vegas.
very different.
Yeah.
So I did a little 8 minutes of research on why we take girls trips.
Okay.
Uh, just like any other vacation, you want to rejuvenate, you want to relax, you want to recharge. Girl talk therapy. You want to get together with your girlfriends and have, conversations, laugh, tell old stories, stress release, just like any time off. You want to release some stress away from your daily work, if you have kids, husband, pets, whatever. Self care. A girls' trip can include spa treatments, and strengthening friendships. You know, it's like it's just a time to kind of get together. Stop laughing.
Oh,
Am I
I
being too
just
serious?
no, it was just we had fun. And like I just think of any of the trips that you ever go spend with your crew is they're just fun. That's
They're
all.
fun.
They're fun.
So I also took a little look at, what are the popular types of girls' trips these
Yeah.
days? So, um, spa or wellness retreats, like you go to a spa, you get spa treatments. That's pricey. Wine, you go wine tasting, go to wine
Yeah.
country. Vegas, I mean, you just have to say Vegas, and you're doing, you're gambling, you're going
Oh,
to
you
nightclubs, you're doing that kind of stuff.
Vegas is like a no holds bar. Like you could do anything. Like you can do
Anything.
the calm, peaceful spa if you want. You could do the crazy nights out. You can do they have the place where you sign up and you can go shoot every single bullet of every single gun ever made in a Jeep out in the middle of nowhere. Like they have you could
You
it's the
can drive
world of everything.
a dump truck or a loader. You can go play
Mhm.
in the dirt with a big piece of
Yeah.
heavy machinery. Cruises are very popular. They have a cruise for everything now,
Mhm.
every theme under the sun. You can do beach, you can do skiing, you can do national parks, glamping, um, international destinations. I think
Yeah.
a lot of it just really kind of depends on the age group that you're working with.
Yeah.
And maybe when we were younger, Vegas would have been fun, and younger and single. But now, we're older. Some of us are married. And it's just, I want to be in bed by 10 o'clock. I want a good night's rest.
100%.
I don't want to wake up hungover and then the next day is shit. So that's where I'm at this point. So
Also, yeah, I thought too, like, okay, like early on, right, you did spring break or summer vacation. And like, so for us, we did Palm Springs was a spring break kind of place. I'm sure on the East Coast, you've got Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Cabo and Cancun. And then you kind of move into like, right, the young couples. That's where it's more like you try and get into some of the wine tasting, maybe do a little bit of the dancing and stuff, and you're out till maybe midnight, but not leaving at midnight. And then, right, you get to our age, and it's a lot about relaxing and just laughing and in bed by 10 for sure.
exactly.
Good
It's
goal.
food, it's booze, it's
Yeah.
shopping, maybe a spa treatment. Maybe some, like, we did karaoke, something fun like that.
We did.
And
And
then,
we
yeah,
and
it's
we
like
fed the ostriches.
we fed the ostriches. We went on a little hike. It has to involve some kind of walking because we can't sit all day anymore, and
Can't.
nothing too strenuous. But so I also did a little deep, not a deep dive, let's say a shallow dive on men's thoughts on girls' trips.
Ah, okay.
And
Interesting.
there are men out there who don't like girls' trips
No.
and don't want their wives or girlfriends to go on a girls' trip. And here's some thoughts on that. Um, they may look at it as an excuse for their wives or girlfriends to cheat. And to me, that comes from, well, what would you do on a guy's trip?
I
Are you
feel
out
like that's
there
what, yeah, that's more of a
banging away?
projection.
Projection, exactly. Um, there's the thought that, well, if you're not happy in your relationship, if you were, then you wouldn't need to go on a girls' trip. Okay, okay, you haven't been married long, have you? You have not been in this for very long. Um, and then insecurity based on maybe a previous cheating experience, or he's a cheater, so he's projecting onto you, like, well, you're just going out there to meet guys and flirt and dance and let them rub all over you and, you know,
It's
whatever.
like, so I get like, there's like three things that just flooded to my mind. One is the memes that have the, like, what you think is happening and what is really happening, because those are hilarious and also usually very true. The other is the new social media trend of people going, hey, if your name is Betty and you're from Colorado and your husband is Steve and he's not really going to a conference, he's on his way. So like the, the, everybody's listening. Like you can't, right? Like the couple the guy that was at the Coldplay concert with, like, you can't, there's no hiding it anymore.
I was gonna say that
Yeah.
Coldplay couple.
There's no hiding it anymore. And then the other one is Sydney Joe. She's on TikTok and she did where she's doing the the group chat is the name of the series that she's doing. And she plays each person where they're all in a group chat and then there's side chats and it's a group of girls and like you see what kind of is going on where two are like, I can't believe she did this, and then the other one's like, oh, I know, but then everybody's like, but we got to talk to her. No, I don't want her to get. So those are that's reality. That's what happens now. I think there's less and less of the philanthropy going because you can't do it anymore. There are eyes and ears and cameras everywhere.
Well, when Tom used to drive for a taxi service in Mammoth, he said he picked up a group of girls one time and they got in the car and they were all quiet. They were all on their phones. And they stopped like at the store. One of the girls had to run in and get something. And he said, why aren't you girls talking to each other? You're all on the phone. And they said, oh, well, we're talking about the girl that just went into the store. We're all talking about her. Like,
texting each other about her while we're sitting here.
Exactly. So, but some of the things I observed on this last trip were, the younger girls versus the older groups of girls. We just do different things.
This is true.
We're not out late partying. We have our dinner. We have a few drinks. And then it's like, okay, I'm ready to go back and, just lay down. I just need to lay down. It's been a full day. I'm tired. I need to lay down. And
in fairness, they're probably like barely getting up and ready and done before checkout at 11 o'clock. Whereas like the normal clock for us, like we're still all waking up at between 6 and 7. And it's like, it changes. The clock changes when you get older.
It does, but it's still fun. We had fun. We laughed. We reminisced about old stuff, and it was a good time.
Oh, we laughed.
We did laugh.
We did laugh. We laughed a lot. I think we learned a few new things about each other.
We used some big words.
You used some big words. You used some big words.
I just love your reaction to my big words. That's all it is.
For sure. No. Your big words. Vern is still late. I laugh hysterically at farts. That's pretty much what we learned.
I have to pee every 10 minutes and, but that's mainly because I try to drink a lot of water. Got to stay hydrated, especially if you're on a trip that involves any kind of alcohol.
Yep.
You got to stay hydrated. Got to take care of yourself because those days of those epic hangovers, I just can't do them anymore. They wipe me out for days. And
they hurt different too. Like they hurt deep. like like in your soul they hurt. You can't just bounce back, man. Ladies, enjoy it while you're young because
I know
it's rough.
At karaoke, I looked at that group of girls. They all had an onion face, and I just said, "Are you making that face because you're looking at me thinking, is that my future?" Or you're just in that phase where you're like, these old people are ruining our fun. They need to leave.
We were the first. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, they had a great time. We all had some fun. It was all very silly. Very silly. We went to, for just so anyone knows, we went to a little town in Central California called Solvang, which is a little Danish town that is right in the middle of, it's right near, not in the middle of, but right near wine country. So the little town is like maybe three blocks, and there's some restaurants, and there's some tasting rooms and a lot of bakeries, a couple of windmills. And then if you wanted to venture out even further, there's 3 or 4 little communities real nearby that have a lot of actual wineries, and you can do wine tours. We pretty much just stayed in town and walked and shopped and ate and drank and laughed, and we had a good time. Anyone who's looking for a little jaunt somewhere, it's a highly recommendable place. You don't really need more than 2 days unless you're going to venture out and go do like a whole day wine tasting at the actual wineries and just add an extra day. But food was good.
Yeah,
Bakeries
I
are
think
good.
2 days is enough. We did a girls' trip to Ireland a few years
Oh
ago
yeah, that was
for our
fun.
50th birthdays.
50 plus
And
one, wasn't it?
it might have
Technically.
been,
Yeah.
yeah. And that was a whole week. But I think we did fine, I mean, as long as you can kind of, there's always one in the group, and I'm going to say it's you, that likes to be the planner, that likes to have the itinerary. Not overly so though, where it's not obnoxious. It's okay. We got stuff we want to do. Here's how I think we should do it. And I'm the go along to get along. All right, that's fine. If there's something I really want to do, I'll let you know. But it's like, all right, just tell me when and where, and I'm up, I'm ready, I'm going.
I'm happy to relinquish planning duties to
But you're
anybody
good
who
at it.
wants to. I just think that I sometimes have way more spare time. And like, not, I mean, now it's super easy. I mean, I just plugged into Grok, like, hey, give me an itinerary for 8 days, 4 days here and 4 days here in Spain for 3 middle-aged women, that gives us a balance of tourist attractions, and in 45 seconds it's a whole thing, and then you just look at that and then you can just tweak it how you want. It's not as difficult as it has been in the past. It's super easy. I'm also happy to relinquish them, but I just think that, collectively, all of us, like, I don't have a husband, I don't have a dog, I don't have, like, my kids are grown. I have more, I think, free time than everybody else does. So I'm happy to do it because it doesn't make any difference to me. I'm also, if somebody's like, I really want, I'm all happy to relinquish.
Well, and you do love a spreadsheet. You have
I
mad
love a spreadsheet.
spreadsheet skills.
I
Like
have
when I was trying
mediocre
to figure out
spreadsheet
where
skills.
to move to, I'm like, okay, here's my list of
Uh-huh.
places. Make me a spreadsheet. You had,
Did it.
all right, here's what's important to you. Okay, you want a Costco nearby? Bang, bang, boom, bang, boom, bang, boom. Shopping, what do you want? You want,
Yeah.
this, that, the other. I was like, all right, look at that. We're done. We're good.
Population, how close to the airport, the typical
Exactly.
average weather. Yeah. Like I said, free time.
Yep. So, but yeah, I think it works out. I can't remember any of our trips in the past where horrible things happened. I mean, yeah, one of us might have got a little drunk and had to be put to bed. I don't know who that could have been, but I don't think that, and back when we were single, it was, where are we going to go to, where the guys hang out? We want to go
Right.
meet some guys while we're here.
Right.
So that was a component in the past, not now.
And if
Now
we
it's
happen
like,
to randomly run into and meet and hang out with a motorcycle club from all over Ireland, great.
yeah, that was
Oh, they
fun,
were so funny.
They were funny. They were funny. But yeah, that was a good trip. Got a little culture, saw a lot of churches, a lot of old buildings.
Yeah. It's also nice, I would say, collectively, we all know Veronica's going to be late, so we allow for that time. And I think we all collectively, we get along okay. And like, if somebody needs a half hour, an hour to go do their own thing, we're like, all right, see ya, like, go do it. It's fine. I usually, when we were in Ireland, I was like up, did my loop around town, got my coffee. By the time I got home, everybody was like, all right, it's time to get up and go. I just have some sleeping issues sometimes, and I'm just up early. So
Well, plus you always came back with donuts, which was
I
nice.
did. I did. That was the trip of donuts, which is weird. You wouldn't.
Everywhere we went, I was like, I have
We're
to have a
everywhere.
donut. I mean, the bakeries there were amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. They really were. And same thing in Solvang, of course,
Oh,
Danish. You gotta have baked stuff, and um, yeah, I'm not there to not eat, or oh, I can't eat. I can't eat. I'll look fat. Oh, fuck off. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's at that point.
Gluten's really gonna bother me today. I'm trying to back off the gluten.
Oh God. It won't kill you, people. Unless you're gluten intolerant, then,
It won't kill you, but you probably have to shit a lot.
this is true. This is true.
I will say when we came back, I did kind of like go to like a pretty healthy dose of like salad and chicken and kind of like got myself back into because
You gotta do a little
that's
fast when you get
yeah.
back from these trips. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to kind of like reintroduce the non-disgusting food. My stomach was a little unhappy, a little too much. I mean, it's just like wine and bar food and pastries. Kind of my I don't eat like that every day,
Yeah.
so
I know,
I'm
your
not
body's
used
like,
to it.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm back at regular eating.
Yep. Well, that's all I got on girls trips. You got
That's
anything
it.
else?
That's all I got on girls trips. Other
I
than we
highly
are
recommend them. Highly recommend
yes.
them. They're a good way to, get with your flossy posse and just, you know, have some fun. Laughing is really good for stress relief, and just it just makes you feel good. It gets those endorphins rolling, and it just reminds you of why you all came together in the first place, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yes, yes. I look forward to them all the time because I I don't get out much. I don't. I don't. There's
All right.
sometimes it's just too peoply outside.
It's very peoply.
Yeah.
Where did we go recently? It was very peoply, and I was not having it. I can't remember. Oh, last night we went to go see a band play. It was very peoply. The bar was very full,
Got
and
it.
we're not dancers, so
No.
we just kind of sit and watch the band, listen to music, watch people dance and get drunk, and it's actually pretty funny. But yeah, I just by 9 o'clock, 9:30, I'm ready to come home.
Yeah, I started watching something Joe Pickett on maybe Paramount Plus or something. He's out. He's a warden, a gaming warden in like the middle of nowhere, Wyoming, and I'm like Googling now how to. I'm just need to go on a little jaunt to Wyoming, go to one of the national forests, and just know people.
Wyoming is the least populated state in the country, I believe.
I'm
It
in.
used to be. Used
I'm
to be.
down. I'm
Yeah.
down.
Oh, I remember now. Okay, so I spent some time with my mom at the beginning and end of this trip, and we went to In-N-Out Burger for dinner one night, and just there were just too many people there. I mean, this is like a Thursday night, and there were just no Wednesday night, and there were just too many people. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't. I guess when you live in a town of hundreds of thousands of people, you're used to it, but I just was like, I don't want to do this. I don't like all these people. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed by all the people.
That's why I don't eat it In-N-Out or Chick-fil-A because I'm not waiting in. I'm not. If there's no line and I happen to be hungry and I drive by one, different story. But if there's more than 4 cars, I'm not having it. I'm out. No
We went
patience.
yesterday because I needed my peach shake. Okay, here you go. So on my way home, I was driving on the 10 going through Palm Springs, and at the exit at Monterey now has really built up. There's a Costco there. There's like every fast food you want, shopping, whatever. So I said, oh, there's a Chick-fil-A there. I'll get my peach shake on the way home. I pull in there. There must have been 30 cars in line. I'm not kidding. And a line out the door of people ordering inside. And I thought, well, this stop now has become almost like a
It's
travel
like,
stop
yeah,
because it's right there on the 10, and there's just everything there. And I said, oh, screw it. So I never got my peach shake on the way home. So yesterday we were tootling around, going to like yard sales, estate sales, whatever. And we drive by Chick-fil-A. I'm like, there's no one in line. They just opened. Let's
Go.
go. Let's go. So that was brunch. And I got my
Nice.
peach shake, so I'm pretty happy.
Nice. Nice. All right. It's time for what you talking about, Willis.
You go
And
ahead.
I got one that is an education for the younger people. I was watching a show. See, free time. And it was the dad wanted to meet the daughter's boyfriend, and he said, "Bring that Eddie Haskell over here so I can meet him." And she's like, "Who's Eddie Haskell? His name is Trey." So, so Eddie Haskell was God, I don't even Leave It to Beaver was a TV show about like the standard traditional 50s family, and Eddie Haskell was the friend who was, oh golly gee, it's so nice to see you, Mrs. Cleaver, and presented as like the perfect, polite, nice, but always in the background when the kids got in trouble, it was always Eddie's fault. So like he's putting on the front that he's the best, most greatest, but in the background he's really not. So for reference, that's what an Eddie Haskell is. I don't know what the new term is. I'll have to describe it to my 24-year-old and ask her what I should be replacing it with. But I don't know what it is.
I'm trying to think of if there's a show within the last 5 or 10 years, because that's a common, kind
Yes.
of a common character theme where you have, yeah, the the friend who's like you said, it's the two face,
Yeah.
polite to the parents, but he's the one pulling all the shenanigans. So I can't think of what I haven't watched any like shows in the last. I can't think of
Yeah.
one because I haven't
Yeah.
watched very many.
Yeah. I don't know any of the family shows that I'm sure there are, but I don't know what they are. I think they're like probably like if I think of like some of the like teenage shows, All American, most of them are on the CW now. That they're there's more of the. I feel like it's more of the like bully, not
Right.
necessarily the Two Face. They're the I don't watch enough of
Okay,
them to
the
know.
only one I can think of, and the only reason I've never watched it, but the only reason I know anything about it was from the Archie comics, and then
Okay.
they made Riverside,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and I would think that the Reggie character would be the closest thing to,
probably,
uh, you know, uh, a little backstabber. But
probably.
okay, well, my what you talking about, Willis? Um, I needed a piece of equipment for my phone, an accessory, and so I go to the Apple store. No, actually, I went to Worst Buy. And so I'm at the age where I don't have time to wander around the store looking for what I want. I walk in the store and I go straight to an associate. I look for the uniform name tag. Excuse me, can you help me find whatever? Because they're gonna approach me anyway. They're gonna see me wandering and be like, "Oh, can I help you?" So let's just save that time. So I go right to the associate. I explain to her what I need, and she says, "Oh, you need a dongle." I almost laughed in her face. I was like, "Oh, a dongle? A dongle." And she looks at me and she's like, "Yeah, it's called a dongle.
It's a
They're right over
dongle.
here."
Yeah.
And I'm still laughing as, I pick it up and I'm like, I just look at her. Dongle. I go, I guess it does kind of look like a dick. And she just walks away like,
So
whatever.
dongle is not a new term. It might be new to you, but having started my sales career many years ago in the tech industry, dongle has been around for a very, very, very long time. Wow, that.
It's like, what?
Yeah,
It's a
it's not.
what?
It,
Okay. All right. Well, it's new to me, and to me
It is
sounds
new to
like you're
you.
talking about a dick.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it. I can understand that. Yeah. It, it's basically any plug that converts another plug.
Right, right.
That's
Like
it's
it's an
just
adapter, but
it's
it
a
looks
dongle.
like, kind of looks. I mean, an elephant trunk,
Yeah,
dick. I mean,
yeah,
it's an appendage that's hanging from a body,
it
basically.
is. It is indeed.
Okay, we have to do a little correction.
Oh,
From our last episode, we talked about "Do It, Lady."
oh yeah, we do have to do a correction because we got it all wrong. It was so wrong.
So we kind of had it in our minds that the person saying "Do it, lady" was some person with an accent, like a little tiny Filipino lady or a little Asian man or somebody saying "Do it, lady," and we were totally wrong. We
It's
found the
not.
video, and what's the guy's name? Chit.
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 Chit is his character name.
Right.
His real name, I think, is Ray something or other. But yeah, he's got a whole like following. He's big,
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. So basically, his Chit character is kind of a nerdy. He reminded me of the brother in Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, a little
What
bit.
was the brother's name? I can't. It'll come to me. There's Uncle Rico, Napoleon, Pedro. Is a name kind of like Chit, but I can't remember. But anyway, he's signing a birthday card for a coworker. And he writes, "Do it, lady."
And they're like,
And
do
the
what?
coworkers are like, "Do what?"
Do it all. Do it, lady. Do it all. He's got so many of them. He's got
pretty funny.
He's got a little cult following. And then, of course, the algorithms for TikTok is once you click one, then
Right.
it just, and I'm like, okay, I'm 45 is enough in a 2-minute span. Can you move me off and get me into it? So then you got to start clicking something else to get into a different logarithm. That's great. Algorithm, a logarithm,
Algorithm.
a logarithm. I like that better.
Okay, a logarithm. And we did a little test on this trip because we all think our phones are listening to us. So we talked about floor mats a lot to see if we would get
Yes.
any kind of advertisements, videos, anything about floor mats. I didn't get any.
I haven't either yet.
So apparently floor mats are not in the logarithm.
They're either not or yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Or they know that we're saying it just to try and get it, and so they want to make sure that we don't know the secret, and so they're purposely not sending them.
Okay, China.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that's all I got
That's
for
it.
today.
That's what we got.
If the sound is funky, I'm trying a new sound setup, so hopefully the sound sounds right. But if it does sound funky, that's why. I mean, we're still working this out with
We're still figuring it out
because I mean, we're in our 50s. This stuff doesn't come to us easily like it does to the kids. So, and we don't really care.
No, we don't.
It'll be what it is.
Yes, it will.
But you need to go take a nappy.
I do. Oh my God, so bad. I am 100% taking a nap. Not at the dog's house. I am at my own residence, and I will be napping in my own residence. But probably the neighbor, Peter, who likes to whistle while he's outside just wandering the neighborhood, will probably be out there whistling while he, I don't know, works on his car right underneath my window with all my luck. Or maybe the woodpecker will come back and peck at the tree that's right outside my window. Something will happen that will be very noisy. And I don't have double pane insulated windows, so I'm screwed.
Plus it's hot, so you got the windows open, and
plus it's hot. That's not too bad today.
I don't know. I fall asleep easily to like TV or put a podcast on or something, so I can usually fall asleep and then it turns off and I'm out. But
we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, give it a shot. All right.
All right.
Until next time.
All right. Peace out.
All right. Peace in the Middle East.